Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Arahapadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone. Shalom to the sincere brethren out there pushing this word, and to you sincere listeners. Just want to go into a lesson, which this is going to be a response, a quick response to this video here, done by One Body in Yahweh Shai, which is entitled Alexander the Great and the Greeks were Israelites, which this is completely wrong. Alexander the Greek was not an Israelite. He does not descend from our forefathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and neither do the Greeks. Now, when you do go into the scriptures, you have, Israelites that are referred to as Greeks, but the ancient Greeks, the Greeks, even before, Alexander the Greek's time, they weren't Israelites. Our people were later, moved into those lands or migrated into those lands during the Hellenization, and, this is the reason why you can't be watching, all these Israelite groups, man, because you have, people that teach confusion like this. So you'll be watching this group, then you'll come to a great millstone video and you'll be completely confused. We're going into, how Alexander the Creep, how the Edomites, they're going to have to pay for that. You'll say in your mind, well, One Body in Haushai, they said that Alexander the Creep, he was Israelite. Just got a few precepts on this. Just going to get straight to the point. This is Ephesians 4 and 14. It says that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine. So you ain't supposed to be lashing on to all these different teachers out here, man. You're supposed to stick with one group. Okay? Now we know and understand why these individuals are set up. They're doing the Lord's work on the left-hand side, to lead away the undesirables from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. But if you're serious about this truth, you wouldn't be watching all these other groups, man. Okay, because you're gonna get confused. It says that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine. And a child, which that's what we're likened to when we first come in this truth. Children are very gullible, man. They're very impressionable. So you can tell a child one thing, and then somebody else can come around and tell the child something completely contradictory, and they'll run with that. So we're not supposed to have the mind of children in this thing. You're supposed to be rooted and built up, man, in the proper doctrine. It says that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine. Just because something new come out, that don't mean you're supposed to go chase after it, man. Stick with what you have learned. Okay, and stick with what you have faith in. It says by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. Okay, and this is cunning craftiness, man. Now whether this guy was paid off by Esau Edom to teach these lies, or they're just truly bugged out, it don't matter. You should not subscribe to a doctrine like this. This is completely against the scriptures. It don't make no sense. If you would accept this as being fact, that means all the prophecies in the scriptures, now we need to go over those things again. We got to go through Daniel the 7th chapter. It means the breakdown of Daniel 7 is wrong. Because those four beasts that you read about in Daniel the 7th chapter, those are heathen kingdoms. Those aren't Israelite kingdoms. The Most High doesn't equate the kingdoms that Israel had with the heathen. And one of the reasons why those kingdoms are considered beasts in Daniel 7 is because they're kingdoms of the heathen. Okay? The dark ages ain't in there, man. Because the Most High looks at us different than he looks at these other nations, man. Okay? The dark ages ain't in there when, the northern kingdom was ruling over here on this side of the world. That's not in there. Okay? Because those four major empires were heathenistic empires. They were empires set up and established by the heathen. Okay? This is Sirach 5 and 9. It says, winnow not with every wind. And the wind represents these different philosophies, man. So you ain't supposed to be getting into everything. You know, in winnowing, after you process your grain for the harvest, it'll be mixed with different stalks, plant material, and you had the grain. So those will be mixed together. So to winnow, you throw that mixture into the air, and the wind takes the plant material. Okay, and what's left is the grain falls back down into the basket. Okay, so you're not supposed to go with every wind. Just because some new wind comes, that don't mean you're supposed to hop on it. Okay, we're riding the wind of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So it says, winnow not with every wind and go not into every way. So this is the way you ain't supposed to be getting into, man. Okay, following after this is going to lead you to your death. Alexander the Great and the Greeks were Israelites. This is completely false, man. Okay. It says, winnow not with every wind and go not into every way, for so doth the sinner that hath a double tongue. Okay. And see, one of the things that has these people confused, is these paintings, man. Which, if you're confused by this, you don't really have a good foundation in the scriptures, man. Okay, because it's well known that all nations before Esau, Edom came on the scene were dark skinned. So just because you see a nation, and you look at their pottery and they're dark, that don't mean it was Jake. Which, if you further watch this video, they start mixing time periods together, man. Which you did have Israelites that went into Greece, okay, and started living there. They adopted the Greek customs, and they also left behind, stories, different pottery. But that don't mean the entire Greek Empire was full of Jakes, man. Okay, the Lacedaemonians, which this is an actual people group that existed in history. Okay, these are the same people. When you watch that movie 300, those are the Lacedaemonians. Okay, are the people that I forget the name. It's another name that they call them. Another term that Esau has. Oh yeah, Spartans. Okay, which that movie 300 was based upon that group of people. Those were actually Israelites, and it tells you that in the book of Maccabees. Because you had Israelites that was going up in there. Now, when you watch that movie 300, there's a certain scene, a part of the movie where they spoke about the Athenians, and they said, we're not like those Athenian boy lovers, okay, because they were different. They were from a different stock, okay. And if you look at, I believe there's comics out there that, have drawings of the Spartans and they're dark skinned. Those are Israelites. Okay, but just because you see a individual that's dark skinned, or you see pottery, or relics that have people of a dark complexion, I don't mean they're Jakes, man. Okay, every nation down here upon the earth is dark outside of Esau, Edom. Okay, and this is a well-known fact, man. This is Genesis 2:7. It says, "In the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai power formed man of the dust of the ground." Okay. So where did man come from? Man came from the ground, from the dirt. Okay, the Most High likens himself as a potter. Okay, and what does a potter do? A potter molds the clay. Okay, and what color is the clay that a potter works with? It's brown, man. So the Most High fashioned our bodies. Okay, made them, and He set us down here upon the earth. Okay, so the material that you're taking from, that's going to be the same color that you have, man. That's the reason why everybody down here is dark skinned outside of Esau, Edom. Okay, the Most High took His pigmentation from him as a curse, man. Okay, because everybody down here descends from Adam. Adam was a dark skinned man. Okay, Eve was a dark skinned woman. All their offspring were dark skinned. Noah and his three sons, they were dark skinned, man. Their wives are dark skinned. Okay, just as their forefather Adam. It says, "In the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai power formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul." So the main point here is that man was formed of the dust of the ground. So we're literally made from the dirt, man. Okay, any creature that you make from the earth is going to be dark. Okay, which is the reason why all the nations down here are dark skinned, man. Everywhere you go on the earth, there's dark people there. You go to East India, it's dark skinned individuals there, man. And those people descend from Elam, which was a son of Shem, man. Because Shem was a dark skinned individual. Japheth was a dark skinned individual. Okay. This is Genesis 10, and I'll start at 1. It says the descendants of Noah, which Noah was a dark-skinned man. So his offspring, they're going to be dark-skinned too. Okay? It says, now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Okay? Which that's, where the Greeks come out of, Japheth. The original Greeks. Okay? The people of Javan or Yawan is what he's referred to in the scriptures. It says Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and unto them were sons born after the flood. Okay, because during the flood, the Most High wiped out all, land creatures. The Most High killed them off. Okay, including, man. Okay, and through Noah's 3 sons was the earth repeopled. It says the sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog and Madai and Javan and Tubal and Meshach and Tyrus. Okay, let's just look this word up real quick. Javan, which the word there is Yawan. Just want to see what it says. This is Strong's H3120 Yawan. Okay, you have Javan, the Greece, Javan, Ionia, or Greece. So it's telling you where this individual inhabited, man, where the son of Japheth ended up dwelling at in modern day Greece. Okay, now if Japheth is a descendant from Noah, and Noah being a descendant from Adam, he has to be dark skinned, man. So that's the reason why those paintings, okay, those different relics that they have found up there are dark skinned, because the original inhabitants of the land were dark skinned individuals. That don't mean that they're Israelites, man. Okay, just because you see somebody that's dark skinned, that doesn't make them a Jake. Okay, if that's the case, that means everybody down here is an Israelite then, man. Every dark skinned people is an Israelite. That means those weirdos out there in the land of Elam, that means they Jakes, man. Them ones that be going in them temples worshiping rats, that means they're Israelites too, man. Them ones that be dipping in the Ganges River, that means all them are Jakes because they dark skinned. And they had a kingdom. That ain't how it works, man. Okay? Just because you have dark skin, that does not mean you're from the same nation. Okay? It says the sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog and Madai and Javan and Tubal and Meshach and Tyrus, and all these sons that Japheth had, they're dark skinned, man. Okay? It says in the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz and Riphath and Togarmah, and the sons of Javan, Elisha and Tarshish, Kittim and Dodanim. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, everyone after his tongue, after their families in their nation. So these are the individuals that inhabited the islands. Okay? They're the ones that inhabited the islands, which is up there in Europe, Greece. Okay, also the islands that's in the South Pacific, man, which those people are the descendants of Japheth. Okay, you got the Samoans, the Tongans, the people of Australia. Okay, Tasmania, those are Japhites, man, and they're dark skinned. Okay. Now to give you an example of the dispersion of the sons of Noah, this is in pretty much every Bible, man. You can find this in a lot of Bibles that's in print. Okay, it shows you where the sons of Noah dispersed to. Okay, Japheth had Europe, and parts of Asia. Okay, This is long before Esau and Jacob even came on the scene, man. So how in the hell can the Greeks be Israelites, all right, when they were here before the nation of Israel came on the scene? You got to keep in mind, we were the last nation, to be created, man. Okay, and we became a nation in Egypt, all right? So we didn't have the numbers to be up in here ruling stuff, man. Okay, the Most High, created us down here in the land of Egypt, or Matazarium. Okay, before that, you had many other civilizations that was established, man. All right, and as you see here, you got Javan, and this is Greece. All right. The ancient, Greek area was inhabited by Japhites. Okay. And this is their land. That's why you see things like this, because they were dark skinned, man. And they're still dark skinned unto this day. It just happens that Esau, Edom pushed them out of these lands, man. That don't mean they don't exist no more. Okay. When you go to, places like Papua New Guinea, okay, which I've got some pictures here. These ain't Israelites. Okay. Even though they might have woolly hair, they got dark skin. That don't mean that they Jakes, man. Every dark-skinned individual down here is not an Israelite. Okay, all people on the earth at one time before this damn devil came out, they were dark-skinned. Okay, and their descendants are still down here on the earth. The Most High made people to be dark-skinned, which your skin, one of the reasons why you're dark, it protects you from the sun, man. Okay, see, they'll see a dude like this, or since he got a beard, oh yeah, Jake. That's an Israelite custom, This is a Japhite, man. And these are the people that inhabited, ancient Greece before Esau came in there. Okay. There's some more pictures. This is a straight Japhite, man. This ain't a Jake. Okay. Got them tribal tattoos on their face. These are heathens, man. They're not Israelites. Okay, now what happened was that Esau eventually ended up getting up in there, man. Okay. He took over these areas. He took over Greece, he took over Rome. Okay. And he took on, the history of these people, but he's not these people, man. Okay. You got a group called the Etruscans, which those are Japhites. Esau, when he went in there, after he displaced these Japhetic nations, he took on that history, man, and said that he's those people. Okay, so you could get mixed up and think that Esau, he's the original inhabitants of the land. Okay, but nah, this devil, he ain't a Japhite. Japhet got a different spirit on him, man. Okay, and Esau, there's a characteristic about him that's in the scriptures. He's red. All right. The Japhites weren't described as being red. The descendants of Ham aren't described as being red, man. The descendants of Shem aren't described as being red outside of Esau. Okay. So this damn devil, eventually he got up in there. And the scriptures show you that, man. Okay, that this damn devil, okay, he was inhabiting the land of Macedon, which that's where Alexander the Great came from. Okay, which we're gonna show you that. Now, this is Haman. This is basically a Bible dictionary entry. Okay, it says Haman, of Persian origin, magnificent, the name of a vizier, the prime minister of the Persian king Ahasuerus, Esther 3:1. So this Haman that you read about in Esther, this is who it's talking about. Okay, it says he is called an Agagite, which seems to denote that he was descendant from the royal family of the Amalekites, Edomites, man. Okay, which let's prove that. Okay. Okay, here we go. Genesis 36:1. It says, now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Okay, his name was changed to Edom after he took that red pottage. It says Esau took wives of the daughters of Canaan. Ada, the daughter of Elon, the Hittite, and Holibamah, the daughter of Anan, the daughter of Zibeon the Hivite, and Bashemath, Ishmael's daughter, sister of Nebajoth, and Ada bare to Esau Eliphaz, and Bashemath bare Reuel, and Aholibamah bare Jeush, and Jaalam, and Korah. These are the sons of Esau, which were born to him in the land of Canaan. And Esau took his wives and his sons and his daughters and all the persons of his house and his cattle and his beasts and all his substance which he had got in the land of Canaan, and went into the country from the face of his brother Jacob. For their riches were more than they might dwell together, and the land wherein they were strangers could not bear them because of the cattle. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. These are the names of Esau's sons: Eliphaz, the son of Ada, the wife of Esau; Reuel, the son of Bashemath, the wife of Esau. And the sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, Gatam, and Kenaz. Timnah was a concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. These were the sons of Ada, Esau's wife. So Amalek came out of Edom. Okay? And Haman is a descendant of the Amalekites. He's an Edomite, man. All right? It says he is called an Agagite, which seems to denote that he was descendant from the royal family of the Amalekites, the bitterest enemies of the Israelites, as Agag was one of the titles of the Amalekite kings. He or his parents were brought to Persia as captives taken in war, which, there's not really any information on that, so I cannot confirm nor deny that. But he wasn't originally in, that kingdom. That much is true. It says he was hanged on the gallows which he had erected for Mordecai, the Israelite, Esther 7 and 10. Okay, now the scriptures tell you the origins of Haman. Okay, and where he came from, man. This is, the additions to Esther in the Apocrypha, chapter 16, verse 10. It says, for Haman, the same Haman that we talking about, okay, the Agagite, the Edomite, okay, the Amalekite, okay, for Haman, a Macedonian, okay. So you had Edomites living in Macedonia, man, which Macedonia is up here, okay. You got Greece, and you got Macedonia, which that country still exists unto this day. Macedonia, Greece. This country still exists. Okay, so you got Greece here, and then you got Macedonia, which is up here. All right. So this is where Haman came out of, man. 'Cause you had Edomites living up here. Okay, they pushed their way in here. All right, and took over the land that was given to Japheth. Okay, and they eventually, took over this whole land and kicked Japheth out. All right. So this is Macedon, okay, or Macedonia. All right. And that's where Haman came from. It says, for Haman, a Macedonian, okay, from Greece, the son of Amadatha, being indeed a stranger from the Persian blood, because he is an Edomite, man. His line didn't go back to Japheth or Elam. He wasn't a Mede or a Persian. He was an Edomite. Okay, and somehow he got in good with the king. When you read the book of Esther, it tells you he pretty much wanted to usurp the kingdom from the Persians, man. Okay, so it says, for Haman, a Macedonian, the son of Amadatha, being indeed a stranger from the Persian blood and far distant from our goodness, because he wasn't of that stock, and as a stranger received of us. okay, had so far forth obtained the favor that we show toward every nation, because he's a different nation. Okay, he wasn't a Japhite, he wasn't a Mede, and he wasn't a Persian, man. He wasn't an Elamite. He's an Edomite. It says, had so far forth obtained the favor that we showed toward every nation, as that he was called our father and was continually honored of all the next person unto the king. Okay, so the point of that being, this damn devil came out of Macedon, man. Now, who else came out of Macedon or Macedonia? Okay, Alexander the Greek. And the scriptures tell you that. This is Maccabees 1:1. First Maccabees 1:1. It says, and it happened after that, Alexander, the son of Philip the Macedonian. Why? Because you had Edomites living in Macedonia. Okay, and Alexander the Greek was an Edomite, just as Haman was an Edomite. Okay. It says, and it happened after that, Alexander, the son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chetam, which Chetam, that's another land of Japhet. Okay, which shows you right here where Chetam is. This is a land, this is a island of Japhet, man. So Esau, he got all up in here. Okay, just because he's, currently living in these areas, that doesn't mean that he's the original inhabitants. Okay, just because there's ancient relics that depict dark-skinned people, that don't mean they were Jakes, man. This dude's a devil. Alexander the Greek is the Edomite, man. It says, and it happened after that, Alexander, the son of Philip, the Macedonian, okay, where Haman was from, the Agagite, the Amalekite, okay, the same place, who came out of the land of Chetam, had smitten Darius, the king of the Persians and the Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece. Okay, which he was the Edomite out of Macedonia. All right. And when you read Daniel the 7th chapter, it goes into that. Daniel the 8th chapter goes into that as well. He wasn't an Israelite, man. Okay, because you had Edomites living in Macedonia. Okay, Haman, the Agagite, he was from Macedonia, because you had Edomites living there, man. All right. Now, since I want to go into that, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hashem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom.